A single father named Daniel had learned to survive on strength and sacrifice. One rainy evening, while walking home from work, he noticed a little girl sitting alone near the park bench, her eyes filled with fear and confusion. No one was around. No one was searching. He approached gently, kneeling to her level. "Are you lost?" he asked softly. The girl nodded, clutching a small toy tightly in her hands. Daniel didn't ignore her. He stayed with her, comforted her, and called local authorities to report the situation. Instead of walking away, he chose to wait beside her, protecting her like she was his own child. As minutes passed, he learned her name was Mia. She said her mother was very important and always busy. Daniel felt a strange connection to the child. He remembered raising his own daughter alone after losing his wife. He understood abandonment, loneliness, and responsibility. Suddenly, a black luxury car stopped nearby. A woman stepped out, confident, powerful, and clearly worried. Her eyes locked onto Mia. What happened next would change Daniel's life forever. The woman rushed toward the girl and hugged her tightly. "Mia! I've been searching everywhere!" she cried. Daniel stepped back, observing quietly. She introduced herself as Elena, a billionaire entrepreneur. She explained that security had failed, and her daughter had slipped away unnoticed. She turned to Daniel, her voice filled with gratitude. "You stayed with her. You protected her. Not everyone would do that." Daniel simply replied, "She was alone. Anyone would help." But Elena shook her head. "No, kindness like yours is rare." Their conversation revealed shocking truths about trust, family, and responsibility, and an unexpected opportunity that neither of them saw coming. After the emotional reunion, Elena insisted that Daniel join them at her home to ensure Mia felt safe. Daniel hesitated at first. He was just a stranger who had helped in a moment of need. But Mia quietly held his hand and asked, "Can you stay?" That simple request touched his heart. At Elena's mansion, Daniel noticed something unexpected. Despite her wealth, the house felt empty, filled with silence instead of warmth. Elena explained that her busy business schedule had kept her away from Mia more than she wanted. She provided everything money could buy, but she struggled to provide time. Daniel listened carefully. He understood that feeling. He shared his story, how he raised his daughter alone after losing his wife, how he balanced work and parenting, and how love mattered more than success. Elena saw sincerity in his words. For the first time, she felt someone wasn't talking to her about investments or status, but about family. Mia began laughing while playing with Daniel's daughter's old toy stories he told her. The bond between them grew naturally and honestly. Elena realized something powerful that night. Daniel wasn't just kind. He was stable, responsible, and emotionally strong. And that realization planted a new possibility in her heart. The next morning, Elena asked Daniel to meet her at her office. She revealed something unexpected. Her company had been struggling secretly. Investors were losing confidence because of recent financial risks. She needed someone trustworthy, not just a business partner, but someone who understood values beyond profit. "I want you to lead a community foundation under my company," she said. Daniel was shocked. He had no corporate experience, only life experience. He refused politely at first, thinking she was offering sympathy disguised as opportunity. But Elena explained her true intention. "Yesterday, you proved leadership isn't about titles. It's about protection and responsibility." She believed Daniel could manage projects focused on supporting single parents and children in need. His real-life struggles made him perfect for the role. Meanwhile, Mia kept asking when she would see Daniel again. The child's happiness became proof that their connection was real. Daniel began realizing that this opportunity wasn't charity, it was respect. Slowly, trust formed between them. Professional conversations turned into meaningful discussions about impact and future plans. Yet neither of them expected that deeper feelings of admiration and gratitude were quietly transforming into something stronger. Months passed, and the foundation launched successfully. Daniel's leadership brought positive change, helping struggling families and rebuilding trust in Elena's company. Media headlines praised the collaboration between a billionaire entrepreneur and a compassionate single father who believed in community support. But the biggest change happened privately. Mia saw Daniel not as a stranger anymore, but as someone who showed up when she needed protection. She proudly called him her second hero. Elena observed how naturally Daniel cared for her daughter and supported her decisions. She realized her life was no longer about surviving business pressure alone. One evening, after a successful charity event, Elena thanked Daniel sincerely. "You changed more than my company," she said. "You reminded me what truly matters." Daniel smiled. "And you reminded me that kindness opens doors I never imagined." They didn't rush anything. Instead of forcing expectations, they chose patience, respect, and shared responsibility for Mia's future. The story that began with a lost child turned into a powerful connection built on trust and compassion. In the end, it wasn't wealth that united them, it was humanity. And sometimes, one act of kindness can transform strangers into family. The greatest success is not money, but love and purpose combined. If you want, I can also make it more dramatic with cinematic dialogues or add emotional background narration style for YouTube voiceover impact.